Saja Barat is an emotion in India. The Indian wedding industry, which is valued at a whopping 50 billion, and yet COVID-19 was once widely regarded as a recession-proof industry, to a grinding halt.
See, the Indian weddings are all about celebration and a lot of people enjoying together. And the kind of a pandemic it is where I think we need to be away from each other and a lot of such things. So, wedding is definitely very badly hit. And hopefully this will be the last sector which will probably enjoy the liberty as pre-COVID level. When the pandemic was announced in the first week of March, we had almost 250 odd confirmed bookings for the month of April, May, June, July, which we had to postpone. Some of them got cancelled, and we could organize only maybe 4 weddings in that 50 people scenario. So our whole season got literally wiped out.
As per the nationwide survey, 80% of the Indian couples who were planning to get married during the lockdown have postponed their weddings to the second half of 2020 or early 2021. Out of which, 75% of them have chosen to revisit their guest list by inviting specific guests for specific ceremonies.
Today, me sitting as a planner, I can't say it's only impacted me. It's impacted right from your artists to your catering, to your hospitality and logistics, your car companies, your venues, your hotels, your ticketing, travel for destination weddings, your jewelry, your giveaways. So it's impacted at every level.
Tahir, a celebrated wedding photographer, exclaims how wedding photography has changed in wake of the pandemic and how it is likely to unfold in the coming months.
As of now, things are very difficult. It's not that weddings are not happening. Weddings are happening, but as per the government norms, only 50 people are allowed. Then it should be open venue and the seating should be in a specific order. So those things are happening. People are still getting married. But then the budget-wise, I would say that what a big fat Indian wedding was and what this is, it's way too different. Now, every wedding we used to send a team of around 8 to 10 people, photographers, videographers. But then now, like to fit in the 50 people frame, we need to send maximum 2 people. So one is doing photography, one is doing videography. So pricing-wise, I think we had to compensate a little bit.
Just like other associated wedding departments, the wedding trousseau has seen its lowest. Ravi Gupta, owner at Gargi Fashion, explains the unfolding of the garment sector in the wedding industry.
The Indian market is all based on weddings. So it will greatly affect it because these 3 months, you must have seen there are no weddings, or the amount of people appearing in the weddings are very less. Due to this lockdown, they have come to the simpler silhouettes. So the design totally has changed now, and people are going for simple designs, maybe basic colors. But now there has been a complete shift from a Western wear to Indian wear actually. So people just, because they are doing smaller functions, so they just want and they are doing less number of functions. So they are preferring to look more Indian than doing any Western function.
Naan kache the, but the service was great. Must have heard many such judgments while attending a wedding. Food is what makes or breaks the wedding scene in India. So with social distancing norms, Chef Karan Talwar at Kitchen Craft Catering explains the new normal of food catering in Indian weddings.
Post the pandemic, the catering companies are going to give more emphasis on safety of the food as well as hygiene, because people would still have that fear in their minds that whether this food is prepared in the right manner with right temperatures. So we have created an SOP in our company which states that at what temperature this food was taken off the flame, at what temperature it was loaded in the food delivery van or the refrigerated van which we use, and at what temperature it was taken off the van, how long it took to reheat the food at the vent, and so on and so forth. Also, sanitization of the area where the food was served is supposed to be served. I think now people are taking the back area to be more important than the front floor. And I, read this beautiful line many years ago when I used to work in hotels, that when the back area is beautiful, the front of the hotel is always nice.
It is normal in India to have about 500 to 1,000 people attend a wedding. However, COVID-19 has completely changed the dynamics, with couples swapping their grand wedding celebrations with smaller gatherings or intimate wedding affairs in wake of the new normal. The wedding planning part has become more detailed to maintain the COVID measures through the wedding journey, exclaims Bhavnesh Sahani, the co-founder of FP Celebrations.
The need for a planner is even more important now because there are so many rules and measures which we need to take as a liaison between the client and the family and the venues, the hotels. We are the sutradhar, as you may say, and we've always been, right, connecting everybody. When you go into your venue, are there going to be direct lifts taking you up to the banquet or to the open air venue? So today we actually have to work doubly hard, even though the numbers have reduced, but the requirements have increased. But today it's a risk to the entire guests, to the hotel, to everybody. In March, when we did the last wedding and we had a reception at the Turf Club on 11th of March, even when this hadn't hit India, I had 200 sanitizer bottles already in the venue. I had 6 lady security guards taking the temperature of each and every guest walking into Turf Club Mumbai.
Vikas Gudkutia at Ferns and Petal Weddings also details that people would opt for open air or outdoor spaces while making the venue selection as compared to an indoor venue. Furthermore, a well thought out seat arrangement with bigger tables will be counted and essential to maintain social distancing.
The whole myth about coronavirus being in air is still a debate. It's not completely proven or confirmed. And yes, of course, there is a psychology or there is a mindset of understanding in the market that maybe doing a function in the open is more secure than doing it in a closed environment. And winter months are perfectly fine. And from November till February, we can have as many open venue weddings as many they want.
Digital weddings through Zoom or Facebook Live have seen the light in the day in wake of COVID. Weddings have gone digital. However, experts believe that it will not continue. Although e-invites and digital consultations for wedding planning and styling will be the new trends. With micro weddings happening around, let's understand that will the concept of big fat Indian weddings passe now? So as per the survey, 65% of Indian couples are still planning for big celebrations once the regulations are lifted. And out of them, 90% of the couples have confirmed that they will not reduce their pre-planned wedding budgets because of COVID-19. Which hints that though the wedding industry has hit its rock bottom, however, it's not getting away.
I don't think if somebody's wanted a large and a big celebration for themselves, we'll wait till the solution comes for COVID, or if we have those options, then people will do it. No, what is stopping it? Something which has gone on for hundreds of years. Why suddenly 6 months would change it?
Weddings have always been considered the most auspicious event in India, and no expenses or thoughts forever spared by people to turn it into a big fat Indian wedding. But now weddings will be more mindful and conscious. But it will continue to be bigger once the virus threat is down to be negligible, explains Vikas Putputia at Ferns and Petals.
The whole concept of big fat Indian wedding, which means celebrating it to the hilt, I don't see much impact beyond Corona. But yes, people who cannot wait for that long will probably have definitely much scaled down weddings. So people will get married in their own cities. That means the local weddings will increase, destination weddings will not happen. And I definitely see if a person was probably organizing a wedding with 1,000 odd guests, now the numbers will go down to 500, 600. So there's definitely a big reduction in the number of people who will attend the functions in the coming times. So I think sensibility will overtake the insensibility in terms of overspending just for a momentary fun. So people will become more practical and the spending will be more fruitful or more logical.
Every incident has two sides to it. Therefore, some might prefer small, intimate and micro weddings, through which cruise weddings are on the upscale. In fact, many couples are likely to opt for personalized cruise weddings instead of destination weddings, as cruise experience is of a destination itself with world-class cuisine, entertainment options on board.
We are not limited like business are here on land. Because we have very strict regulations and compliance set up for cruise companies, which is similar to an airport. Our guests, when they come to our ship, they will be COVID tested before they go on board with a 15-minute COVID test result. We use hand sanitizers going on board the ship at least the last 25 years. We sanitize the entire vessel. We always avoid to have really a large amount of people gathering together at one given time. So we have 24-hour meals available on the ship. We are not in the same league as a hotel, so that is limited to land-based properties to 50 people because of a setup. See, a cruise starts and a cruise finishes. We put all the measurements in place, and for us the biggest challenge is not COVID-19, is making sure we can make sure the people, we can make them happy.
So as we continuously adapt regulations in response to changing circumstances, one factor that will remain constant is the desire for human connection and the celebration of love with loved ones, no matter what that celebration looks like.